how hard is it to sometimes switch off? This will kind of be my last sort of topic, just mentally, because I know a lot of people always talk about like the fight game being a mental side. So how hard is it? And even like last week, I had Ty on there, and he said in his first Bellator fight he couldn't switch on.
Yep.
So how hard is it for you to, I guess, switch off? After you leave the gym and everything, and also I guess in Ty's case, how hard is it for you to say come fight night or fight week? How hard is it for you to get in? Like, what is there certain things you do? Like, is there music that you listen to that gets you in the right space, or do you go get yourself pampered, or what is it that you do?
As for the switching off, the last few years I've spent a lot of time on working on like my mental state. And for me, it's like, if I finish at the gym and I know that I put 100% in every training session, it's, you take faith in the fact that you've done that. So there's no point in sitting there, thinking, I'll spend a few minutes after training on things, thinking about things that I could have done better, especially in a sparring session, or things that, I was happy with. So there's, in any training session, especially when it's sparring, take 3 things that you could have done better, and then 3 things that you're happy with, and always finish it on like the good note, because otherwise you just, you dwell on it. And for the most part, I do that. I do that without even sort of thinking about it now. And then, the session's done, and like in training, and I say this to a lot of my training partners or people that I'm mentoring, that you can have like a week of training sessions where every training session feels like shit. God, sometimes I even had a 2-week trot a couple of months ago, and I'm like, oh God, this really sucks. It feels horrible. But you just know, and I've been doing this long enough now to know that you just got to ride the wave with that. And then eventually, obviously your fitness picks up, or even like your recovery, or whatever the reason might be, the sessions get better. Or like, you might have one really good session. And so then when you do get that good session, you kind of reward yourself, and you take that on board. And you don't dwell on the bad stuff. But that's why I always push through the bad times too, because when it comes to fight time, and you might wake up and you might have a headache, or you might just not feel, and I've done it before, I've been a bit jet lagged and I'm tired, and like before my Amanda fight, the one that I've actually got the record for, the 22 seconds, I did not want to go out there. I could have told you there. Well,
that's why you finished it quickly, right?
Well, the funny thing is, though, I hadn't even switched on. Like, that was just a reaction. She came forward, she actually hit me with the jab, and I just came back with a, straight right, left hook, and then she just sort of dropped. I was like, oh, shit. And then, I went in, and instantly that kill mode, switched on, and, the fight was finished. But I sort of went back afterwards, and it was like, and that's probably another reason I sort of was all a bit shocked by it all. Everyone's just like, 22 seconds, and it was great, and obviously I'm very, very happy by it. But for me, I was more so focused on how I felt before that fight. That's the thing that I was trying to work out, obviously, because, it's a big thing. Going out there and you're not wanting to perform, or even wanting to be there. So for the most part, you kind of feel like that for most of your training sessions too, especially if you're tired or sore. You don't want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and get to the gym, but you do it because that's what helps you come fight time, because you know that you've done it 100 times in fight camp. And you just get out there and you just do it. And you know what, for the most part, usually those training sessions are the best ones that you drag yourself to, that you don't feel like going to, because you've got no expectations for that training session.